The next movement is the steeple movement. So your knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. And as with the first four corners movement where we had the arms pointing right toward the ceiling, you bring your arms straight up toward the ceiling as if you were reaching toward the ceiling. But you bring your hands, your palms of your hands together as if you were kind of like a diver getting ready to head off with your pointed fingers pointing straight toward the ceiling. And the movement with your upper body is going to engage with those shoulder blades, but by keeping your arms straight. So the trick with this is to make sure that your elbows don't bend, so you really get an engagement right through your arms into your shoulders. And I'll show you why this is so important. If you bring this whole thing that's called a steeple in Hannah's lexicon, so if you start to shift those hands across to the left a bit, you'll feel that it brings a little bit more weight into that left shoulder blade, but there's also a tendency for the left elbow to collapse. So you want to, probably one of the only times in your life where you could say hyperextension at your elbow is good, to keep it totally straight as you come across. So you really get the sense of engagement down into that shoulder blade. And sometimes the amount that your body can move across following just a path of ease might not be that far. It will depend on each person. So it really tells us how much our torso and shoulder blades can coordinate a rotational movement. And your head, as you come across, your nose follows your hands, so you don't turn further than the hands go. So it really helps the neck to coordinate with the shoulders and the rest of the torso. Then come back towards center. Then slowly come across to the right with your hands now and watch that right elbow and feel how it can drive more pressure down into that right shoulder blade. Now you might be noticing already that your knees want to counterbalance, and especially if you bring your knees pretty close together in your feet, you'll see that there's a counterbalancing weight transfer as you come across to the right shoulder with the left hip. And that's exactly what you're looking for, is to kind of get that engagement with that left hip and that right shoulder, and just seeing how much your body wants to move into that, and then easing back off it, coming to center, and then coming back across toward the left with your upper body and letting your knees fall a little bit across to the right with your lower body. So this movement is so simple, and it really does focus on finding the path of ease, of just letting your head follow the hand, letting your body find where there's jerkiness, disorganization in the movement, and just gradually finding how the path of smoothness wants to emerge as you move back and forth. And just try that a few times, feeling into the end range. It's a really powerful way of helping the shoulder blades start to engage and helping a connection between tensions that happen in the rib cage part of your spine connect with tensions up into your neck, so that they start to be able to understand each other more. Let your arms come down to your side so you can just kind of feel where your shoulder blades and your back are for a moment.